How's it going, mates? This is Mrjacharles, and we're back with Clannad, the Fuko Ibuki playthrough, or Isekai, depending on who you ask. Alright. Okay, I just got scared shitless by a train. Ah, it's nice living next to a fucking railway, isn't it? Alright, but previously, Ibuki, gave Sunohara a fucking starfish, and then they started talking about, Ibuki having a sister. And, well, I think it's going to go sideways quickly, but, hey, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe she'll come up with a lie or some shit. I don't fucking know, and I don't think it's going to happen, but let's see what happens. I have a motherfucking bad feeling about what's about to happen. But I can't bring myself to cut in the present conversation they're having. She's quite a beauty, is she? She also has short hair. The descriptions are getting a bit too detailed. And she accidentally lets out the art teacher bit. She used to teach art! My internal alarm is ringing hard. Yeah, but Sunohara is like dense. She'll be like, oh, that's a coincidence. To Fuko at home, because her art grades were not so good. Thwomp. My face is kissing the floor. We're not talking about your grades here. Please, don't cut in. Even though Fuko's art grades are not so good, Oni-chan is... It's going to happen for real this time. Very good at cooking. Okay, that's a nice bit of comedic timing. Thwomp. That has nothing to do with your art grades. You siblings sure are unusual, says the unusual family mother. Not at all, they're perfectly ordinary people. Fine, I'll keep my mouth shut. So what's your sister's name? Her name is Fuko almost dropped the bomb, but halted for some reason. Apparently, Furukawa has made her way behind Sunohara and is signaling Fuko to stop. Well, it's a good thing Furukawa thought about that. Nice one, Furukawa. Is something wrong? Fuko frantically looks around the room. She must be looking for a fake name to use. Don't tell me she's going to use the first name she sees again. Her eyes stop at the newspaper stand. There, the front page of one paper has the headline. Please don't use Diet Woman, please. Makiko or Taguchi's fine. Or she just uses the name. Oh, her name's Replacement. Oh no, it's gonna be Taguchi, isn't it? Because she said Ta. Right? Or am I being an idiot? No, I'm probably being an idiot. I guess Makiko would work. Her name is Taguchi. Why the family name? That's not so bad. I'm just glad she didn't use a noun. So your sister's name is Isekai Taguchi? Don't you find it strange? Sorry, it was a different name. Is it really that weird? I think it sounds like an alright name. A different name? Yes, actually, her name is... Kimiko. So it's Kimiko-san. Yes! That's another way to read the characters for Coco. I would love to meet her. Please introduce us to each other next time. Yes! But since your sister is going on a trip with the family, it will take some time, right, Fuko? Fuko nods. With my final insurance, the conversation thankfully somehow comes to an end. Until the next time. That's going to be good. It doesn't take long before Fuko returns to her work. I'm surprised she even stopped. I thought she was just carving. I just consider 24/7 her carving. That's what she's doing. She doesn't know how to do anything else, including breathe. We will spend the whole day together. I hope that serves as a reminder to Fuko that she's not alone. I'll be satisfied if that's enough to keep her focused on her carving without any worry. Alright. Cool. What next? Oh, okay, we end the day. But it was still daytime. We didn't even get to the evening. Alright, and then we're back to school. Cool. Alright, and what possible decisions do we have today? Carving of a bear with a salmon in its mouth. Oh, we get to pick one thing. Okay. Make her join a conversation. Oh, and we get to prank her again. Switch the carving she's on. Oh, we can get to learn a new prank. Alright. Well, let's see how that goes down. Right after third period's break time is over, Sunohara finally shows up at school. Throwing the school bag on the desk violently, he then proceeds to sit down, propping his legs up on that miserable bag. Well, it's good to know he's alive again. So you're still alive. Whose fault do you think it was? Looks like what I said didn't go over well with him just now. You did it on your own, didn't you? It's you who made me turn around. After that, I asked this guy who knows stuff. Guess what he told me? Back dribbling while descending a slope. Even pros can't do that shit. It wasn't wrong. Perhaps even pros can't do that. But how can anything be impossible for a genius sportsman such as yourself? What? You really mean it? Of course I do. That's why you've got to try again today. Woo, I'm going to try it again. Like hell I would. You're deviously good at motivating people, aren't you? Not really. I just think you're too easy to manipulate. Like hell I am. God damn it, to think that anyone would seek amusement by exploiting the goodness inside others. Is it really that much fun for you? Quite fun, I would say. Please don't throw away the last bit of humanity in you. But seriously, quite fun, you said? Isn't that way too half-assed? Do you have any idea how much pain I've been through thanks to your half-assed sense of amusement? I can only dream. I'll make you take up basketball again, just remember that. Are you going to back run down the slope again today? I won't! I thought I was going to say, well then I won't join or whatever. Just as lunch break arrives, I stand up quickly, ready to go. Nah, but Sunohara is going to stop us. Where are you going? Sunohara, still sitting in his chair, looks up at me suspicious. Oh, I didn't think about the fact that Sunohara hasn't met Fuko yet. And I gotta admit, when Sunohara meets someone, it does get quite funny. Lunch, do you even have to ask? Then can I go with you? No. Yeah, nothing suspicious about that. Why? It's really hard to tell you. Just say it straight. The truth is, seeing your face makes me lose my appetite. Don't say something like that so straight on. It's you who made me say that, and here I'd want to bury it deep inside my heart forever. It didn't take much for you to unbury it, did it? Well, just forget about it. But the huge impact it left behind has already seared into my mind. You pitiful soul. That's about it. Gotta go now. Bye. Leaving the heartbroken Sunohara behind, I step out of the classroom. Alright, bye friend. Sorry that you're ugly. We are gathering in front of the empty classroom in the old building. We must first take care of the rumor, or else you won't be able to walk around the school anymore. Oh, the fact that she's a ghost or some shit? What's the rumor about? Didn't I already tell you? Those who knew about the accident are making a ruckus about you being a ghost after they saw you at school. If that's the case, then we have to explain to them that Fuko's just asleep. Use your brain, would you? Yes? How would they react after you explain that to them? Would they just say, so you're kind of like a ghost but different? That's cool, and let it go? You really expect that to happen? Huh? Furukawa would get mad at me if I used my hand, so I can only put pressure on her with words and attitude now. Okazaki-san! Non, I'm not using my hands. Was that meant to be him trying to use French? I mean, I don't need a French dictionary for that, even though I do have one in my house now. I'm going to try and learn some French. So bring it on, you French fucking... Okay. Even if you're not, you shouldn't bully her. I still get scolded in the end. Well, I guess that was inevitable. Okay, listen, Fuko. Even if it's the truth, an explanation like that is still too much for people. That's why we should just tell them you've been discharged from the hospital. Or else those media people will show up eventually. Well, I mean, I guess. So who's gonna call on them? Or do you want the attention? No. That's right. Come, you're a good girl. I raise my hand to stroke her head, and then get it cut off because I guess Furukawa's just that kind of girl now. Wah! Dodging her attempts to brush my hand away, I keep stroking her over and over again. Pat, wish, pat, wish, pat, wish. Wah! Fuko screams as she desperately runs away from me. I've got to say, whenever the Fuko does the wah thing, it's so fun to say. I love it so much. Are you some sort of pullback spring toy? Thump! And ends up bumping into another student. Always nice. Is it someone we know? Silly girl. Are you okay, Fu-chan? Furukawa rushes to her side. Ibuki-san? Ah, here we go. Huh? A third-year female student who is standing nearby speaks Fuko's name. She seems to be a friend of the student our starfish lover bumped into. Ah, she's the one who knows about Fuko. She's Mitsui-san. Mitsui-san. I don't know that one. Mitsui. Yeah, a good sprite you got there, by the way. I mean, I know it takes time to make these sprites, but even so. Her face doesn't betray a single emotion. Sorry, but there's something Fuko needs to tell you. Do you have a moment? Sure, I don't mind. The other student seems to have guessed the situation and goes on ahead. The thing is, Fuko speaks to Mitsui. Fuko has safely recovered from the accident and is now commuting to school properly. Still just a first-year student, though. I understand. The girl replies without showing even a trace of emotion. Well then, leaving behind a simple word of parting, she walks past us. Alright, bye. Really emotional interaction there. Furukawa and I make our way to Fuko, who is now standing in silence. She's so cold-hearted. No, that's normal for her. But the last time you saw her was 2 years ago, right? Her attitude was just too plain. But Fuko has only been to school once for the entrance ceremony. The accident happened that same day on the way home. Oh, so, okay, that's a bit awkward. That's why she shouldn't have remembered Fuko's face at all. We only talked for a very short while. Stuff like how nice it would be if our seats were close to each other. It really wasn't much at all. It's kind of her to even remember Fuko's name. This girl, she didn't spend enough time at this school to make a single friend before getting into that accident. Sob. Oh, and Furukawa's like, oh god. So someone's weird. I wonder who it could be. Is it Sunohara? Has Tomoyo returned? Just to cry. Wu-chan, please let me be your friend forever. I can't make out the last part of her sentence. Well, friend forever, obviously. Will you let me... Huh? Yes, that's not a problem. Under the circumstance, I can't let Furukawa be the only one to say that. Me too. Can I be your friend too? Well, I mean, considering how shit we treat Fuko sometimes, I don't blame Fuko one bit. That's quite cute. No. And for once, that actually makes sense for me to say no like that. This little... Even though Okazaki-san never says anything pleasant, he's actually a very kind... Really? I've performed like at least 10 different pranks on you. You really think I'm that kind? I don't think I'm that kind. Or he's that kind or whatever. Man, I'm having like an identity problem right now. He's just too shy, apparently. But deep down inside, he really likes Fu-chan. A lot. I'm kind of jealous of that. So you want me to like you? The question almost slips out of my mind, but now is not the time for that. Their conversation is more important. Okay, well, Fuko, I won't tell you to be friendly to me. But do remember that I'm your ally. You're an enemy. just hitting us with the bombs here, I love it. I'm an ally. You're an enemy. I said I'm your ally. Are you even listening? This is exactly like Age of Empires 2 after you've made an ally your enemy and then they just switch to... Well, they switch to neutral normally, but still. Wah! I made her run away again. Okazaki-san, an ally would never yell like that. Yeah, I guess so. Hey, Fuko, come here. I won't yell at you anymore. Fu! Is she even trying to intimidate me? What is this fucking conversation? A way of intimidating is going, Fu! Well, Well, you don't have to make me your ally, but please don't think of me as your enemy. Then you're the arch enemy. It'll just get worse that way. Okazaki-san, did you do something bad to her? To be frank, I have done more than I can remember. But if I were to tell Furukawa that honestly, just what would she say to me? Okazaki-san seems to have figured it out. No, not at all. I can tell you're hiding something. She's strangely sharp at this kind of thing. If you've done something bad to her, please apologize properly. Yeah, it's not just one thing though, is it? Not really. It's more like we were just playing around. Actually, I would call it a form of communication. Well, I can't really say anything if you put it that way. But please be careful from now on. Yeah, I get it. I'll be more careful. Fu-chan, he said he would be careful. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Yeah, and bear in mind, one of my options are switch the carving she's holding. I'm pretty sure that's just not going to mean anything. Fuko hesitantly comes close to us. And then you can be an acquaintance of a friend. By a friend, do you mean me? Fuko nods. Oh, that's nice. And I'm Nagisa's acquaintance? But I've known her way longer than you. Then you can be a close friend of a friend. Are you fine with that? Nagisa gives me a quick look. Then you can be the arch enemy. Right, I think the one before was better. Then it's decided. Yes, let's go with it. So in the end, I'm just an acquaintance of an acquaintance. Okazaki-san, what are we going to do now? As our debate comes to an end, Furukawa turns to me and asks, let's see, in the next episode. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, because, like, very brilliantly kind of gave me that, like, segue there into next episode ending this stuff. Alright, cool. So I guess Furukawa's acknowledged that we're not a threat, even though we kind of are. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing how this time for a prank shit goes down. I mean, heck, if it doesn't, like, affect, like, the progression of the story, I don't mind. But even so, it does feel a bit cruel to keep the pranks going. Alright, but if you want to play the game for yourself, see if you can be a friend, there'll be a link to the game in the description down below. And without further ado, look out for my books, subscribe to the channel this time. See ya!